Hello, you all. Welcome to this evening's participatory event. My name is Gina Carruthers, and I'm a body harmony teacher with the Body Harmony Association. And today we will be sharing together, or I will be sharing with you, this exploratory journey that I've chosen to name Fruitful Intentional Explorations. I'd like to share a few points on slowing yourself down to gather as much internal information and about having the intention of gathering, engaging while you're exploring within. So the first point being, or the first thing I want to talk about is being aware of the rhythm of ourselves. Having been a surfer and having been brought up next to the ocean, I think my brain webbed in to be acutely aware of the flow of tides, of fullness and outness, of the rhythms of calmness or ruffledness, and just being aware of that. So within us, I've learnt, inspired by Dawn, to be aware of the rhythm of openness, or what I'd like to call closedness within ourselves, of contraction, the ability to contract, the ability to expand naturally or endlessly. And I'd like to talk a little bit about like the fascial cells. So our fascia wraps in intimate relationship around planes of itself, so that our pelvises and our legs are intimately connected to hold us. So we can say our bodies, our fascia, our cells, but we're holding ourselves with our fascia. And the fascia runs from, the top here right across and down the planes of your back and down the backs of your legs and up your arms, so that it works in harmonious relationship to also to hold, to embrace, and to open up, to expand, to have that, organic magic, I suppose you might call it, to heal and to hold. When we need to feel held, we can hold ourselves or explore knowing we're safe, because when that fascia is subtle and moving, it can hold you. So that's one of the first points I've written down here. Just about how it evolved in a harmonious relationship to hold us and to heal us. And we contain that ability in ourselves to be open and expand and sense our unbounded natures. Secondly, what you may be aware of whilst traversing within might be the tip of, what did I write here? Might be the tip of unseen collection of adaptions within you, like the tip of an iceberg, that what you are aware of might just be the fingertips at the top and the roots of something that are unseen, that we really can have the intention to feel safe and to explore those unseen, unique adaptions that we all have, so that an experience come along in our lives and we adapt in various ways to it. Our openness may adapt, our closedness may adapt, and really getting to slow down so you become intimate with your own adaptions and how they fit for you. What have I written here? Under your awareness could be all the possible zones of that closing up that retain their various imprints, and it's so unique to ourselves. One of the things I was going to say was, in surfing technology, there's a thing like that we encourage each other with when you're sitting out the back in the ocean together, and it's when the wave comes, go deep. You know, that you'll be pleasuring on those things. And I find that with internal movements that, you know, you'll just be, I just follow my breath. I just, I'm just following my breath and allowing that to move. And all of a sudden something takes off on its own accord, and then poof, So it's like that. I really want to encourage you, when the wave comes, go deep. And they're meaning like the wave goes like this and you're deep inside a tube. You're just backing into where the juice is. And I think that analogy is just really pertinent because you never know when that wave is going to fully come through. What I've found with internal exploration is you can use your mind's eye to find a point and then stretch that point down to the resources as you sense them, be they the support of your sits bones, the earth underneath you, a sense of softness in your belly, the sense of rapidness around your pelvis or your shoulders. We'll all have our various relationships to it, but really getting that idea that the flow that can occur in your exploration. When I was thinking about it, in relationship to if you had a wave come around a sandbank, that it moves the shape of itself, and then it might run along the edges of a bay, or it might run along the edge of a river. You've seen that as we breathe with our mind's eye, with just a little encouragement, you can allow yourself to take whatever point is drawing your attention to it and allow that to move from torso up and through your shoulders at your own pace, or down as you exhale or inhale through to where you're feeling the support from within, which may be the earth, which may be softness. The variations are really multiplied and endless. So I think that was the 3 points that I wanted to go over. Down your legs and arms. Okay. So if you would find a place within your room where you feel comfortable and safe. I invite you to really sense yourself from this moment, whether that be sitting, whether that be laying, whether that be standing, if it's just on your feet. If you can hear my voice, that's really all you need to do, or move your device so that you can hear my voice, so that you're really comfortable and it's all about you. I'll give you a moment to do that. It's kind of whatever takes your fancy. As long as you can hear my voice, I'll keep speaking for a minute so that you can use that to kind of position yourself so you can hear my voice and feel what's most comfortable for you. Also, once you've got yourself into your little comfortable positions, remember that at any point in time, you can change that. If you want to come back to sitting, or you want to go from sitting to standing, that if you feel something within where you want to follow that through your torso and up your arms, allow yourself to follow that movement up, or down, allow yourself to follow that movement down. You can change it. So whatever's informing your practice, really listen to that. So firstly, we'll take our awareness to our breath, just as it is. Utilizing that internal mind's eye so that you're riding it, accepting it. Let it rise, let it naturally fall. Let it inform the way your spine feels most attracted to move, the way your head may bow or arch back. And then as you're breathing as it is, allow the exhale to go even further and allow your mind's eye to look for the support, be that the bottom of your pelvis, your feet, on your back if you're laying down, your sacrum. Look for it with the relationship to your breath and the connection to your breath and the support below you, so that you create a rock or a wave motion from that flow of exhale down to what's below. And as the inhale rises naturally up, just take it that little bit, what's comfortable, a little bit more. You may add a movement that allows the inhale to rise across the back of your shoulders or come through one of your arms, your neck, your head. A little twist. And as your awareness moves with your body, there's more of yourself you're gathering along the way that supports that flow, that wave. And tune your attention so that your inhale and your exhale may include your arms or under your arms, the sides. And there may be something that's most present for you that calls your attention more than anything else. And I invite you to utilize that place as a little centeredness, so that through that center, you utilize the flow down to where your support is, to where the resources of ground are. And that flow back up through that place to the top of your inhale as you gather and move. Open, close, and see if you can recognize or sense that area as it is here and now. You might ask yourself, I'm feeling. It may be a thickness or a heldness, could be a softness, maybe a warmth that takes your attention, or a coolness that takes your attention. And just allow that, be with that. Take your breath to the edges of it, just like a wave would move around a pebble. And take those waves to the ground through yourself. And back to that area of warmth, coolness, thickness, tightness. And if you added just a little bit more breath, looking for your own pace. Maybe contemplate if you could see that area even more clearly. What does it feel to look like? Maybe if you could see a color there. if you could hear that area as you move through it, above with the inhale and back down to the earth with the exhale. Inviting your exhale even deeper, finding it more. How would it smell? And turn your attention to within, from below to above, allowing that flow itself to become a resource to you. And allow that to spread with your mind's eye, following the wave of movement. Looking for what resources are there for you through yourself. How could you back up a chosen area within your body even more? And if you feel to take your movement even a little further, if you wish to raise your arms or bend your spine further down, follow what's most attractive to you. You may notice small variations in the flow of movement to either side, allowing your face muscles to change, to reflect. How could you let things flow beautiful through? Intentionally allowing the flow of your living being to be your foundation. How does that feel? How does it feel to encourage yourself physically with your breath, with your soft movement, with your mind's eye? If you find your focus going away, just encourage yourself to come back towards your internal movement, away from the word, stories, mental stories. Allow more for a sensory experience. Recognize that movement is beyond words. Acknowledging the movement within, that your movement holds you as you explore these planes of fascial connections within, that they're beyond the narrative of your mind and the stories that we hold that keep us from ourselves. And if it's not always potent for you, remember that waves have lulls and flat sections, that sometimes our awareness really dissipates and becomes really thin, and then all of a sudden something deeply holds us and grabs our attention, just like when a set of waves comes along. So when you have the lulls, just really, I'm in a lull. I'm experiencing a little flat section and luxuriating that. See how that changes movement down through your legs, up through, areas of your body and out through your arms and your head. Looking for waves that are slower, smaller, deeper, allowing a feather soft touch of your breath, particularly at the top of your inhale. Feather it, feather it, feather it. Fuller. How could it be fuller? How could I move the rest of my body, my shoulder girdle, to really allow that oxygen to flood through the top of my torso? How could I feather my exhale and move my body gently to allow that exhale to really drain out my lungs, move through the bottom of my legs. Finding organic resolution from a sensory place, so that the hormones that we bring about through our breathing and our mindfulness can flush our tissues. Allow the wisdom from within to rise to our minds, and not allow our minds to create the narrative, but our bodies to bring the narrative to our being. And if you are or could experience the pleasures of what you've been breathing with, to recognize the pleasure of the exploration, the pleasure of the journey. Recognize feeling the heldness of your body, the containment, the safety of yourself, the openness, the ability to expand, and the ability to contract and to close when you wish. Always remembering that your adaptations are your own unique personal adaptations, and that no one outside of you can define what's going on within you but you. That moving at your own pace, to your own tune, with your own sense of what's best for you, is always going to have a better organic outcome. Now, if you just bring your attention easily and slowly to just an open awareness, sensing what you will, you might wish to say to yourself, I'm here. It's my exploration. It moves at my pace. It's okay. I'm okay. And in your open awareness, if you want to make any agreements with yourself, you may wish to do that now. An agreement I might make might be, I'd like to drink more water. I'm going to take more water. I'm going to take more time to myself. I'm going to share more gratitude, or not. And with the next couple of inhales, just become more aware of the room that you're in, allowing your sense of yourself that you gained over the last 20 minutes to be present now. As you open your eyes, so that you're opening your eyes to your environment and the room, but you're also present in a sensory way with where you're at. Take your own time with this, and when you feel ready to rejoin our group, come back to your device, allowing yourself still to be aware of that sensory nature, your organic, moving, breathing self. Your wonderful self-healing abilities. Thank you very much for being with me and being with each other here today and tonight. Take a moment to thank yourself for showing up and participating in this mindful, intentional dive together, and to connect with yourself. Always be grateful for that opportunity. I hope you've heard something or experienced something that you can take with you and incorporate into your life and into your practice. If you're attracted to participate more with the Body Harmony Association, we have a website, which is www.bodyharmonyassociation.com. And there you will find a spot where you can sign yourself up for our mailing list. And we send out seasonal newsletters 4 times a year, but also invites to these free connection practices are there. And you can find us on YouTube to redo this connection practice and any other connection practice. And my contact details are Gina Carruthers, and I have a website, Health in Perspective, which will be up on the YouTube, and I'm on the association website. So thank you very much for being with us all.